Hello everyone, welcome to CADQuest. Today we are going to solve the toy brick example. Let's start by selecting the toy brick. And in this tutorial, we're going to select the classic mode. Now let's start by opening a new part in SOLIDWORKS. And I'm going to start by drawing a sketch on the top plane and select the center rectangle. And starting from the origin, we always need to start from a defined point in the sketch, which is the origin. And the width should be 15.8 and the length should be 31.8. That's it. Let's go to Extruded Boss and define the height, which is 9.6. And now let's create the top protrusions by selecting the top face and starting a sketch on it. And we need to look perpendicular to it. Let's make the first circle 4.8. And we need to make a linear pattern with the x dimension being 8 and the y dimension also being 8. We need to create this entity, switch the y direction to be down, and make sure the dimension x and y are checked. The x should be 4 and the y should be 2. Press OK. Now let's make a center line between these two. This. And let's right click and select the midpoint and place it on the origin by selecting them both while holding Control and making them a coincident relation. And it's still not fixed properly, so I need to check this one and make it vertical. Now it's fully defined. Let's exit the sketch and go to Extruded Boss, and the height should be 1.8 and make sure to merge the result. Okay. Now we need to make it hollow by going to the shell command and selecting the face we want to remove and the thickness we want to have, which is 1.5. Now it has become a hollow body. Now let's create the final cylinder on the bottom by making a sketch on this face. And let's make the first circle 4.8 and the second one, starting from the same center, 6.5, and create a linear sketch pattern and selecting the two arcs. The x dimension should be 8 and make 3 of them. The y should be only 1. Press yes. And now we need to fully define it by snapping it into the origin. Now let's exit and go to Extruded Boss. And instead of giving it a height, we need it to end at this face. So I'm going to select up to surface and select that face and make sure the merge result is checked and press OK. Now let's define the material. This example has a PVC rigid. Let's search for that. PVC rigid, here it is. Now we go to evaluate and mass properties. The first mass is 3.16. So let's go back to our level and put it under mass 1. And mass 2 is another variation of it with these 3 variable dimensions being changed. So this is the length becoming 40 and the width becoming 25 and the height becoming 3.2. Let's try that. Going to the first sketch, edit, and this dimension should be 40. This dimension should be 25. Exit. Now it rebels because we have correct relations. And the height should be 3.2. And now let's go back and evaluate the mass properties. The second mass is 2.75. Let's type that here and then press submit answer. It's checking. Yes, we have our score at 100 out of 100 and the XP is 10/10. Thanks for watching. See you on the next tutorial.